Oh, hello. We've turned around. We haven't done our introduction. On my days. Welcome, groups out there. I'm sorry, I'm a bit behind when it comes down to it. I'm just going to put the intro on everyone. I think there's going to be people coming into the stream very, very soon. So hopefully they'll come in and, we'll see how it goes. Oh my days, oh my days. I love that track. Will Stewart knows how to bring him on. Arthur, how are you?
Sir, yes, I'm well.
King Arthur.
Yeah, King Arthur spurred the legend, so they say.
And happy birthday from yesterday. How was your birthday?
Thank you oh, yes, very nice, very pleasant. All good wishes from lots and lots of people. Spurs family all wish me happy birthday.
And did you have like a quiet wish for Spurs in any way?
Before I answer that, the telephone rang at 8:54 yesterday morning. I picked the phone up, but he said, "Good morning, Arthur. This is Gary Mabbott. Happy birthday." I do honestly, not jest. It was Gary Mabbott, the ex-Spurs captain.
Oh my days, you're blessed.
I kept him on the phone for 15 to 20 minutes talking about Spurs. And
oh, wow.
It was just like talking to you, old friends.
Dude, brilliant. That's like a birthday wish come true from a Spurs side.
I'll try and invite him onto one of these shows, I think.
Wow. So, Arthur, you've been around the block
quite a long time with Spurs. Yeah.
So you were saying? Go on, you were saying?
Seen a lot happening, a lot going on though. I say what I'd like to do is get him on one of these shows, and perhaps chat to him like we did, like they did on TTG with Steve Perryman, because he was Captain Marvel was. Yeah, he was Captain Marvel, Mabbott, and I think he'd be ideal on one of these shows. We'll get him on your one, shall we?
Maybe Matt Hayes, or maybe David Harris, or Tottenham Away, or Tottenham on Tour with with Brian Daigle, for example. Look, my show is a lovely show. Thank you for considering me, but it's smaller. And if you're going to get Mabbott on, you want to get as maximum appeal as possible. And we've got a lot of Spurs channels out there which come out. And they'd be a fantastic platform to help them get promoted and so on. With this show, it's really more of a chill show, and we generally tend to take it a little bit easier. And I think that if Gary Mabbott was coming on, I'll be too nervous anyway. And I think he'll have to do a bit of research before he comes on and start asking questions. But Arthur, shall we step back and have a quick look to see who's here?
Absolutely, please do.
Okay, let's have a little look at the comment section. There's me. Me and Eugene used to have this competition of who could write the first comment, and since he's not here, I win by default. Fantastic. And who do we have in the chat? Oh, we got Kim B. Who are these likely lads? Yes, indeed. King Arthur and Mr. K. And obviously, everyone digs the music. Honestly, we love the intro music. I think the outro music's a bit loud though. But yeah, Kim B. I hope you're feeling well. Says Nicholas Collison. Nicholas, I'm going to chuck this link out there in just after the beginning segment. So we're going to bring on Nicholas Collison as one of our guests. I don't normally have too many guests coming at the beginning. Carl Simpson's in the house. Evening, gents. Absolutely fantastic to see you. Obviously, I love the music. And there's the link going out to you soon, Nicholas. And Adam's in the house. Big up, big up. And what a tune, says Adam. I agree with you. What a tune. Mrs. Scott M's in the house. Of course, this show would be nothing without Scott M. I'm not even joking. Honestly, no, we need Scott M. Honestly, sometimes I'm very, very sentimental. I'll attach myself to a player and become blinded to their fault, to their downsides. Scott M will always remind me what I'm missing, which is that's what I love about Noise. Jamie gets in the house. Yo, Mr. K. There's a second pair of speakers. Naomi. Looks like I busted speakers again. Dr. J. Cal's in the house. Good evening to you, Dr. J. Cal. And he's saying hello, everyone. That's fantastic. Williams, obviously, Will Stewart's in the house. He's complaining. He's not that loud. You're right. It's not that loud. Honestly, it's not that loud indeed. We're going to move on to Kim. She's going to comment. It will be the Queen next to your age, Dad. Wow. It's like, I think the Queen's about 90. You were saying 92?
92.
Wow. She's getting on a bit, isn't she? Okay, Paul Brown's in the house. Evening host and all. Let the ongoing frustration commence. Remember old adage of only prediction of the future is the past. Unfortunately, belated birthday wishes, Arthur. Fantastic, Paul Brown. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate those little suggestions in there. Right, we've got also Amzo's in the house. It's been a while. Amzo, how are you? Big up Mr. K and King Arthur Spur. Someone went missing at AFCON today, and he plays for Egypt and Liverpool. Ooh, Amzo.
Mr. Salah.
And Liverpool. Salah. How could we not know that straight away? Will Stewart, Neville will come on to my show. Wow. One of the Neville brothers. Right. Barnabas is in the house. Thank you, Barnabas. Big up the panel. Good to see you, Barnabas. And who else have we got? Josh, the Tottenham guy. King Arthur, the legend.
Hey.
Josh does an absolutely fantastic stream. Honestly, viewers out there, if you're watching, you should definitely check out Josh, the Tottenham guy. He also does a Football Manager 21 stream as well. So if you like looking at behind the scenes, maybe how things operate, that's definitely worthwhile watching. Jamie, get very chill. If Mr. K was more laid back, he'd be in a hammock. Certainly. I think, you know what it is, Arthur? I think we as Spurs fans, we go all over the place when it comes to transfers. So many rumors, so much debate, so much talking. And when you get to the end of Tuesday night, you just want to relax a little bit. You've heard the same thing repeated again and again and again. Obviously, if someone raises a question, we'll do our best to deal with it. Okay. Music is awesome, says Nicholas. Kim B says Levy out. I second that. In fact, I have something for Levy, don't I? I think I do. I think I've got something for Levy.
1, 2, 3, 4.
No, it's not that one.
I got broads in Atlanta. Just took me in the family. Credit cards and the scammers. Getting the list in the bank. Legacy.
Okay, so that's kept Kim happy there now with Levy out. And
Hello,
support the manager. Arthur, what do you reckon? Support the manager. What does that mean? Does that mean that we blindly overlook anything he does, or
support the manager? Well, we do.
We do support the manager, don't we? I think that's something that we do instinctively.
Most Spurs fans have a brain cell. Yeah.
We do. We've got very intelligent fan base. Trust me, we do.
And that's what you do. You support everything he does. And it's like us. Yeah, we have. And like the players, you say if he wears the shirt, you've got to support him.
But what happens if they're wearing the shirt and
Spurs fans always have done.
What happens if he's wearing the shirt and he's like really slow to come off when he's being subbed and we're a goal down? Do we still support the player?
Like a certain Mr. Ndombele.
Well, let's not go into too much. I don't want the blood pressure going up, and I don't want people blowing a fuse. Gaguma's in the house. Talk2K, yay! Hello, Mr. K and Arthur. Hey, thank you, Gaguma.
Hey,
much
Gaguma.
Good to see you. Dazza Hotspur's in the house. 95. Dazza, what does 95 mean? You must let me know.
She's lovely.
Dazza, it's a pleasure. Shane Black's in the house. Hi guys, great to see you guys. I'm a bit late today. You're not late. There's so many streams going on right now. Tommy's got a stream on right now. David Harris has got a stream on right now. I don't expect people to start flooding in until around about maybe 12 o'clock or quarter to. But it's good to see you here, Shane. Absolutely fantastic. Amzo's got it right. Levy and Lewis out. Kim B and Gaguma in. You know what? That would be a good idea. I think if you wanted to find two people that are today that represents the inclusivity and the diversity that we have, these two, Kim B and Gaguma, represent it. And they got their, they got their fingers on the pulse of what's going on. Very well educated, these two. Kim B, great to see our Spurs family in here. Absolutely great. This gentleman over here, I'm gonna have to hide this user completely. He's gone now. Okay. Hamzo. Oh, guess what? Mari's in the house. Mari from that Spurs channel, from that Spurs episode. And guess what? He's put in a $4.99 super chat. Love you, mate. Love you. Listen, viewers out there. It's not 100% necessary to throw super chats. I'd rather that you joined the channel, or you went to Patreon. If you want to support this channel, go to Patreon, or just become a member over here. In fact, talking about members right here, it says, happy birthday, legend King Arthur. Big up, Mr. K. Arthur, that's for you, mate. That's for you. Fantastic. Mari, it's been an absolute pleasure. Arthur, you've been on Mari's show on Love Lounge on a Wednesday.
I try to do it. I try to do it as often as I can. Yeah. He was the first one I appeared on. Yeah, and we keep the relationship going.
I love his show. I think he does an amazing show. Amazing show with amazing content that uplifts the spirit, and I think it's so unique. I want to get more people interested in his channel. Honest to God, viewers out there, pop on to Mari that first episode.
I think he's an amazing guy. Anyway, lovely man.
Very knowledgeable, incredibly knowledgeable, especially tactically. I love his tactic knowledge. Jamie gets in the house. He's saying the Telegraph today. Tottenham want a right back, a midfielder, an attacker after a meeting between manager Antonio Conte, chairman Daniel Levy, and managing director of football Fabio Paratici. We shall see. Now, here's the question I'd like to ask you, Arthur, because you've been in this club a long time, and also you've seen some of the inner machinery of this club. If you have a meeting between a chairman, a director of football, and the coach, how the heck does that information get out?
Well, although I've been involved in a lot of ways over the years, there's always somebody in the office, somebody near to these people that whispers in somebody else's ear. Before you know where you are, it's hit the tabloids. You know, doesn't take much.
So it's not the chairman or the director of football.
No.
It's a procedure that they've got. Okay, release this information to the media.
Sometimes you'll find that if Levy wants something to get out, he'll do it surreptitiously, and it will come out. You know, and everybody say, "Oh, wonderful news," but that's when they're playing games. I don't think this is game playing.
Nicholas is absolutely spot on the money. He goes 95 last time we signed anyone. He always says the Queen's age. She's 95. No way.
Really?
Wow.
I thought she was. Yeah, she might be.
Well, she's 5 years away from a ton.
Philip was nearly 100, wasn't he? So.
Well, yeah.
You know, I thought she was more than 5 years younger than him.
Well, don't forget Philip's got that Greek blood in him as well, and that German blood as well.
What's that got to do with it?
Well, I don't know. Maybe the sunshine, the olive oil kept him alive longer. I don't know.
Yeah.
Carl Thompson's in the house. He goes, "Love Conte." Love Conte tells it how it is. It's true. Conte does say how it is, and keeps us up to date as much as he can. A million times better than Nuno. Clearly proving the ball is in Levy's court. Is that the impression you get as well, Arthur? That Conte's very much laid his cards on the table and he's pushed it right back towards the club. Because in these interviews, he always says the club. He never says us. He always says the club. What do you make of that?
I don't think Conte is the type of man that will take, and I'm going to say it, bullshit. If it's bullshit, he'll walk. And Levy's got to be very careful here. He's landed probably one of the best, if not the best, in Europe or the world coaches, and he's got to make sure that if he promises something, he lives up to it. Otherwise, Conte walks out the door, and he will.
He's proved it many times.
He's
proved it many times. I'm obligated to tell people, please like if you possibly can. Please sub if you haven't. I mean, I don't know what you're doing here if you haven't subbed, but if you want to write something in the comments, you can subscribe to the channel. Then you can write in the comments. And if you don't want to stay subscribed at the end of it, fine, you can unsubscribe. But please do. I'd like to hear what your views and opinions are. Just give a shout out if you have to. Graham's in the house. Evening, Mr. K and Arthur. Levy out, Enoch out. Absolutely right. You know what? Every time somebody says that statement, this is what I'm going to say.
Panda. I got broads in Atlanta. Just got me in the family. Credit cards and the scammers. Getting the list in the bank. Legacy.
Just in case the viewers didn't know what I think about Levy and Enoch, I think I can't make it any more blatant than that, right? No. Okay, so people are throwing you lots of happy wishes. Jamie gets happy birthday, my liege, he says, because you are king after all. Okay, so
thank you, sir.
Barnabas is reminding us that Mari is a chill person. He's the most positive. You know what he is? He's more positive than me. Trust me. I can lose it sometimes, and he often keeps it together. And you know what? Kim B, I think, without doubt, is probably the #1 requested person for the Love Lounge. Yes, the Love Lounge, she's saying, is amazing fun, but Mari has some awesome deep dive content as well. You know what he does? I absolutely love it. You know what? I feel humbled compared to what I have, compared to how he's getting on. I feel bad that I get a little bit more attention than he does. He's an amazing person. His content is absolutely spot on, and he rolls with it beautifully. Mari, Kim, my sister, how are you feeling? Hope you're doing well. Kim, I hope you're doing well as well. Okay, and obviously he's thanking Barnabas as well, love and support. What Kim B saying, whack a like, a subscribe, and leave a comment. Let's support. Let's support our own, right? Gaguma's obviously wow, cool, happy birthday. I'm telling you, lots of people love you, Arthur. Absolutely, lots of people love you. Right, Jamie gets saying the Queen probably died years ago. CGI baby. I got a funny feeling. No, I think 2 weeks before Christmas, she went off to some sort of health farm to get some rejuvenation. So I think she's going to come back You know what it is? I grew up the old school where my mum, like, respects the Queen, loves the Queen, loved Princess Diana. I respect the Queen. Not many other people in the royal family apart from her, but it's all good. I'm just going to quickly scroll down just a touch, and I've got Simply Ace. Simply Ace is in the house. Hello, everyone. Conte in last couple of press conferences looked very annoyed. I think I don't think he looked annoyed. I think he looked haggard. And when you're haggard and you're tired and you haven't slept properly and your eyes are getting dark and your hair's going all over the place and you haven't shaved properly, you tend to be a little bit annoyed. Yeah, I think what happens is you tend to be a little bit short-tempered, but somebody asks you a question, because they kept asking questions and he kept deflecting them. So we'll go over that a little bit when I get a few more guests on. But Kim B saying, I want Conte to stay to stay a long while, but I fear he'll be off soon. I think the fear is in the fan base that he'll be off soon, but I've got a funny feeling that Conte may end up staying to rebuild this club, because he wants to prove to everyone that he's a coach that improves and trains players, rather than a coach like Jose who just gets the best players and then whispers in their ear magic words and they start playing the best. I think he's more of a training coach. He's not exactly a Poch where he'll take someone from Southampton and make them into a fantastic player, but he's definitely in between those two. Okay, obviously Mari throwing some love back to everybody. Gaguma, you're an awesome and sweetheart. Absolutely, she is. I'm gonna quickly pop. Oh, Darren, Daryl Denton is in the house. Levy should stop telling clubs what position we need to get. I'm not too sure. I think I read that completely wrong. He is invalidating the price. Darren, I would love for you to write a little bit more if you possibly can and expand upon this particular sentence that you've done. I think you've hit something there and I don't want to mess it up in terms of where I go with it. So Daryl, if you could possibly just write a little bit more if you possibly can. I'm going to come back to your comment afterwards, okay? Okay, and Kimby, don't worry, typos. I get typos all the time, especially when I'm using a mobile phone and the autocorrect is terrible. Carl Simpson's in the house. Mari is a legend and the content is so good that you'll all have great content. That is why great content, and that's why I go all over the community. Carl Simpson, you are definitely absolutely a legend. I'll give you a little heart. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
You are supporting a lot of content creators out there. I think a lot of us are really just like Carl Simpson. We're no different. We just happen to get in front of the screen. It just so happens that way. But inflating, still not going to get it. Normally, my co-host will remind me what I don't get, but don't worry, we'll get into it. We'll get into it. Paul Brown is saying Enoch out and back Conte. I think I know why he said that. I think he said it for this. I don't want to use it too much though. Toffee 20's in the house. Coffee 20's in the house. Come on, you Spurs. Come on, you Spurs. JP's in the house. JP's that. Big up, Mr. K. And obviously, King Arthur. Aaron Dove's in the house. This show would not be here without Aaron. And in fact, Aaron's really tired. He hadn't slept properly. So I'm surprised he managed to get onto the show. It would have been perfectly acceptable if he didn't, because he was extremely tired, hadn't slept. So I'm absolutely fantastic that he's here. He's probably very, very tired right now. So I'll say that. He goes, hey, all, is it King Arthur's birthday? It was yesterday, his birthday, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But you can certainly send him belated wishes. I look forward to us all singing that later. We did a happy birthday the other day, didn't we? We did sing one out for you, didn't we?
Yes,
Toffee 20 is saying Conte is staying. He said it today. There you go. That's what I think. I think that's what's happened. I think Conte wants to prove something, and we might be the luckiest club on the planet. What
did he say it on? What base? Was it a news piece or what?
Toffee 20. If you could possibly let us know what was it, the interview that he did today? Please let us know, because I did listen to the interview and maybe I missed that bit of it. Jamie says, can't imagine what was going on through Conte's head in the first half against Morecambe. I
think the words hands and tide come into play.
Really? Do you think it?
Yeah.
I think he had to look after his players, didn't he?
He was trying to rest them for the Chelsea game, and I'm afraid it didn't work out quite right. This second string are not worth the money it's been paid for them. Terrible, terrible.
Oh,
really
well,
upset.
Today we're going to chill. We're going to get you back to being positive, because Kimby is saying that is my dream scenario. Okay, in other words, Conte staying, as Toffee 20 said, Conte is staying. He said it today. Toffee, let us know. Was that in the interview that he did today? Was it that the one he did of the prequel to tomorrow? Kimby, Aaron, it's Dad's birthday yesterday. Yes, we just let him know.
Thank you.
Talk2K, Shamu's in the house. Shamu. Shamu. I love Shamu. I absolutely love it. It's got a wonderful name as well. Right, Mari. He goes, you know what? Mari's right. He's saying, Kim, ha ha ha. Yes, I can lose it sometimes. I think there was one match. I think it was Mora, or was it West Ham? I can't remember. And I think it was a Sunday, and Mari was so fuming. But because I was so angry, he couldn't be as angry as me at that particular time. But boy, he was angry that day. Gaguma, of course, big up Shamu. Shamu saying, sending woos to Bob Spur. You know what, viewers out there, we have a very dear friend, Bob Spur, Bobby, and he's gone through a terrible ordeal, and hopefully he's on the road to recovery. It's going to still take some time. But if you're a religious person, please send some prayers. If you're not a religious person, just send your heartfelt wishes to him and his family, because he's going through a terrible ordeal right now, and his family's probably just in a terrible ordeal as well, because they've been without him for all this time. So if you do what you can, guys, send all the wishes you can and all the blessings you can and the heartfelt wishes. Okay, Aaron Dubb saying, sorry, I didn't know, but don't worry, maybe Josh, the best singer in the Tottenham Hotspur family, will come and sing it. Wow. You know what? Josh is... Oh, incidentally, we're talking about Josh, that Tottenham guy. He has an amazing voice. I've heard it. Honest to God, it's an amazing voice. He gives Will Stewart a run for his money, because Will Stewart's got a great voice as well, believe it or not. Yeah. He doesn't come across as got a great voice, but believe me, Will Stewart's got a great voice as well. Kim B, and nothing wrong with that, baby. And ain't nothing wrong with that. Right, Mari, Carl is a solid brother and supporter. Big up, Carl. That's right, that's Carl Simpson. Would love to get you on the stream. Carl Simpson, you've been given an invitation for Mari. Connect the two dots together, do it on Twitter or whatever you need to do, and get Carl Simpson on that show. What I'm going to do is, I did promise, I think it was Nicholas, I did promise, quickly, if I scroll back far enough, right, Nicholas Collison, I did promise him that I'm going to chuck the link out there for him to come in. Viewers out there, if you want to come in, you can come in. I would like to get Nicholas on first, and if you can, maybe come in maybe 5 minutes after that. So hope nobody minds if I just get this link, okay, and I'll throw it into here, and I'll press enter, and hopefully it's gone. Hopefully, did it go? Yes, it did. It's gone. Right. It'd be great to see. I've not had. I forgot. I don't know. Pronounce it. It's Nicholson, right? Yeah, Nicholas. I do beg your pardon. I haven't had Nicholas on the show, so it'd be really great to have him on. I'll just quickly pop down. Simply Aces in the house. Nicholas, that's Barry? You're kidding me. All this time. Right, anyway, Simply Aces in the house. Hello, everyone. Conte in last couple of press conferences looked very annoyed. There's something going up with him, isn't there? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you all to the one and only Barry. That's not Sean, a.k.a.
Hey,
Nicholas.
Barry.
Yes.
Nicholas?
Yeah,
Nicholas?
yes. Barry, Sean, Nick, Phil, Grant, whatever you want to call me.
No, but
Bert, John,
on
Fred.
On YouTube, you're Nicholas. You're Nicholas
Yes.
Cage.
No, Nicholas Cage. Well, that's another one now. Another one to add to the list, Mr. K.
He
Barry,
said
how
he'd
you
like
been?
his money.
How you been?
Yeah, I would do. I'm very well. King Arthur, belated wishes for yesterday, sir.
Thank you, sir.
And
Gratefully received.
Mr. K, thank you for having me on, even though I confused you who I was.
No, what it is for me it's the way people speak. I can pick up, the energy from what they write, because I spent so much time in the chat mods, right? Yeah, I can pick up things just from that, and I felt your energy. But obviously, since I've not been on the stream with you very much, obviously I didn't know it's you. But fantastic, I'm glad that you're here, Barry. You're going to join us. We're going to go through the comment section.
Okay.
Right. Simply Ace is saying basically, hello everyone. Connor, the last couple of days of the press conference looks very annoyed. Barry, what do you make out of Conte from the first impression when he first came in, looking smooth, looking slick, bright-eyed, and you look at him now, he's like haggard, not shaven, hairs all over the place. What do you make of it?
I think he's realised the task of the job ahead of him. Really, I think he's come in, been promised the world, and then been told, oh, actually, that's not really the true story, because Levy or wherever, and all the managers will say whatever, all the directors will say, this is what we're going to give you, but actually the reality is completely different. So I think he's really realised that the task that's ahead of him, obviously what happened at the weekend, what is probably going to happen tomorrow night with no Sonny, no Dyer. I think he's just realised that it's, and I think he's obviously been working around the clock, right? So he needed to. He came in 3 or 4 weeks before Christmas, and he's had to work probably 24/7 to understand what this squad needs. Even though he could have probably come onto one of the streams, and we could have probably given him everything that he needed to know. So yeah.
Oh my days! Do you think he even knows we exist yet?
Well,
you know what? I think there's a lot of fan base out there. There's a lot of people out there that don't know there's like so much content for Spurs on YouTube. I think
absolutely. And I didn't know until, obviously I met King Arthur on Spurssuasion. I've been with Mari on his Love Lounge. I met you the other week. I can't remember which show it was on.
We're all the same. We're one big family. We're just in different rooms of the house.
Absolutely, and that it's everyone's so welcoming. I've been listening to obviously listening to Tottenham on tour, been on Tottenham on tour, watching Mr. Daigle whoring himself out on We Are Tottenham TV, and to see what they've done. I guess to see what they've done to help everyone else, to kind of go and do their own things, and it's nice to be feeling quite chilled, because the show that was on before. Was getting pretty fiery. I don't know whether you said you went out to the shops and they were still arguing. So yeah, it was pretty fiery. So
it's the old Dombele debate, whether or not he's a crappy player or whether or not he's not had the right type of training or the right introduction. I don't know. It's complicated. It's 2.5 years. Darren Denton has explained a little bit more. He says basically Levy should stop telling clubs what positions we need to get. What positions we need. Get them bought. He's just inflating the price, right? That is not invalidating, but inflating. That's what he's meant to say. Let's have a look, see if I can understand this correctly. Levy should stop telling clubs what positions we need. Get them bought. He's just, you know what? I think to a certain degree there is a fear that when you start to give out too much messages, then the other clubs say, "Hey, you want one of those players? We got one of those players. Let's slap another 5 million on top." And Levy and his 5 million, right? he wants it 5 million less. Maybe that's what's really been happening. Barry, you've seen this club recently, the last 5-6 years, the way they've been doing transfers. We've had a lot of players come in, right? Though, but have they been the right players?
We've had a lot of players come in, but I think it's been on the recommendation of obviously Hitchens not done a great job, right, in terms of player recruitment, and we're hoping that Paratici is going to do a little bit better. Let's just say, because Davinson Sanchez and Ndombele, Lo Celso, Bergwijn. They're all players that should be doing better, but for some reason, as soon as they walk through that door, either we've watched it, either they're very good at editing videos and saying, "Oh, look at this player," or
they learned their lesson from the Amazon documentary.
Yeah,
Barry, I don't know if you know this, but if you read this comment over here, right? Yeah. Do you know what's going to happen next?
No, I don't know what's going to happen next.
Okay, then in that case, you are about to find out. If I can just get the right one, there we go. This is what I promise to do every time somebody types it out.
I got broads in Atlanta. Just to me in the family.
I don't want to do too much though. Otherwise, people are going to troll me into getting it done. Apparently, every time I stick that on, we tend to lose a few people from the stream.
Do we?
Yeah, we do.
I wish you'd put it on, Mr. K, and Levy would watch it and disappear, you know?
But, you know, it is. Aaron Dubs in the house is saying hi all. I think, no, sorry, I've already gone past this. I do beg your pardon. I'm so far behind on the comments. There's just so many of them. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pop onto this one. Oh, one second. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this up because I've totally forgotten. One of the things I got to do is let people know about this. All right. These are all the lovely people that have decided to help the club, support the club. And, you know, the Patreon members that we've got is Mama Coates, Wayne Bonner, Tony Coe, Guguma, AG, Alex Burleton, Bob Spur, that TV, that's Bobby, the one that's currently that we're wishing well for, John N. And our YouTube members, obviously, Will has redone this page so we can there. 4-star generals, Aguilera, Arthur, can you pronounce that for me again?
Yeah, Aglaya Kakaratus.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to ask Stelios to do that one next. Right. And Wayne Bonner's a captain. And the Williams Rangers are Cisse, Danny Kriako, Tony Coe, Scott M, Dave Jones, Tottenham Tantrum. That's Tottenham Tantrum, does Tottenham Tantrum Gold as well. He does all the old shows. Well worthwhile watching. Eunice, John Langford, David, Capster 30. Okay, so that's a new one. And the Williams Celts. Wow. Matt Hayes, The Truth Sets Free, and Amzo. Absolutely fantastic. I mean, these people are keeping the lights on. If viewers out there, if you're interested, please do become a Patreon member or a regular YouTube member if you wish to support this club, if you wish to support the channel. And just below me, as you can see, Coach Stel, otherwise known as Stelios, aka from Tottenham Away. Stelios, how are you? Have you recovered from your heated debate?
Oh, I've got a headache. I just had 2 paracetamol. Literally, it was just insane. And the name you were trying to pronounce was Aglia Kakaratos.
There you go, Aglia.
You're welcome.
No, do it again. I need to say it a few times. Aglia.
So when you see a Greek name that's long, you have to say it quickly. Otherwise, it's like Kakaratos. You end up butchering it. So
no, say it quickly, and I'll try to catch up.
Kakaratos.
Kakaratos. There you go. Just say it as quickly as possible.
Perfect.
Aglia Kakaratos.
Yeah. Big up
right,
to Arthur. Big up to Barry as well, leading guys.
It was his birthday yesterday.
Sorry, you're not too
Right,
well,
mate.
my friend.
Me?
No,
I'm just getting over COVID.
I think,
mate, sorry to hear that.
Oh my! You know what? A lot of people have been getting ill. A lot of people have been catching COVID and so on, and going into recovery. Colin from Talk and Ball, he's currently self-isolating. Colin, if you're watching this, pop back in the stream, mate. I'll send you the link. Right, please do come in. Right. Obviously, loads of belated wishes if you possibly can. Estelle.
Yeah.
Conte. Does he? We can all see that he's starting to look more and more haggard. Yeah. We can all see that he's starting to get a little bit annoyed. Not annoyed as such, but he's trying to deflect away from answering questions. And then there comes a time when somebody asks him a question about the club and the transfers, and he does the most funniest thing. He starts to smile and then laugh a little bit.
Yeah, because he knows he's about to lie.
That?
It's a nervous disposition. He knows he's about to lie.
Is that what it is? It's a tell.
That's what I do when I lie. I was all right.
What's your take on that? What's your take on that? I mean, have you observed that, or I was like, do you think that's wearing him down is eventually going to get to the stage towards summer that he's just going to say, "Sod it, I'm out of here," or do you think he's here for the long term?
So Iggy on our channel, Tottenham Away, as everyone knows, he's Italian. He follows Serie A. He knows Italian football, the players, the clubs. Okay, he said yesterday on our show, Conte, in his eyes, he's seen that look. he's on the brink of walking, and he's put it firmly in the club's hands. I was all okay with everything until he said yesterday, I don't know about transfers. I'm just a coach. That was just too close to the kind of things Poch would say. And I thought to myself,
Pochettino, yeah.
Oh, mate, Arthur, honestly, I don't know what this club's
Yeah,
playing
I'm right with you there still.
I don't know what this club is playing at. Some people say it's too early. I don't think it's too early to panic. I fear what's happening at the moment.
But you know the statement he made today, right? Yeah, Toffee 20 brought it up earlier. He said that basically in the interview today, he turned around and said he's fully behind the club. Is that him laughing and saying that, or is that him?
He's got an employment contract. He has to adhere to his contract. He can't be seen or heard to say anything detrimental to the club, right?
That's right.
But if he decides to go, you bet he's going to say it all because he's happy for the contract to be broken. But I don't think he'll go until he's got another job lined up. Don't be surprised if he's at Man United next season. Don't be surprised if he's still at Spurs and somehow we've decided to back him. God knows. But right now...
Yeah. Look, he's in the top. He's in the top 5 in the world as far as managers are concerned.
Yeah,
he's in the same position as Kane.
We're not getting better than him. We're not getting better than Conte. No manager's come to his club better than Conte.
Shamu's asking if Scott M's going to be in today. Scott M, if you want to pop in, the link is out there. Click onto it, jump in. If not, I'll send the list, the link out again. Not an issue. I think I've let people on a lot earlier than I normally do, but that's because today I think is a little bit different. I think everyone's had a lot of, hot blood pressure coming up with all this anxiety about Dombele, about Delhi. What players are we going to get in? Is Levy going to spend money? Or he's gone to Barbados to get a suntan. What's going on? That type of stuff. It's normally we're in that media, Twitter, and the Twitter world drives us crazy, and it spills over to everywhere. I think that's what we're currently in right now. We are definitely being manipulated. And Shane Black is saying it's been over a week since the window opened. 11 days, no signing, over a third of the window. The thing which I picked up from Conte, the first thing he said was that I have no expectations of anyone coming in. And he said it in such a matter of fact. So this report that came out in the Telegraph saying that this is what he said, I need this, and this, it sounds very positive, right? Yeah, that's how the Telegraph put it. Very, very positive. But when you look at his face, what do you see? I have no expectations. I haven't slept for a week. I can't be bothered to shave. My hair's all over the place. Stop asking me questions. Barry, what do you think?
Well, he's not just asked for a right back, a midfielder, and a striker. I think he's asked for another 11 players, if I'm honest.
Squad.
Yeah.
I think you might be right, Harry. He said it's a very, very long project. And
it is.
Before, like when all the other managers we just needed like 2 or 3 players. That's all we need. 2 players. This time we need a little bit more of a refit, right? So Daryl Denton, right? Yeah, is saying over here. I'm not too sure what he said, sir. Toon signed player. Oh yeah, sorry. Toon signed player. Chris Wood. No one knew about. Just don't get why we need to advertise who we want in a newspaper. These are games.
Absolutely.
Arthur, you've seen this before, innit? This media games that we have.
Too many times over too many years. We're old and long in the tooth over it. It's nothing new, and it'll carry on. Jay
Ashraf's in the house. Fantastic. Ashraf, it's good to see you. Hi, Mr. K and guest. Absolutely fantastic. This is Arthur over here. His birthday yesterday. Stella, who's a coach, as you know, and that's Barry over there, otherwise known as Nicholas, in the comments. There you go, Ashraf. Just in case. He's a man with no name. Aaron Dove. Every time I see him, I feel so bad for calling him Barry from EastEnders. The name stuck. Sorry, Nico. It's not.
Aaron, you got to stop apologising, mate, because it's like made me into this celebrity that everyone knows who I am. I'm Barry. Nick, I started off funny enough as Stelios, and then I had to change it because, I did. There obviously Coach Stel is next to me, so we had to change it from Stelios. But yeah, Aaron, please stop. Every time you see me, you keep apologising. So it's fine.
You know what it is? If Barry had a younger brother or a younger nephew that was much more cuter than him, he'd look like you, G. Gazuma is saying, hello, Barry, not sure.
No, I go under the name of Steli Ali now, apparently.
Oh, Steli Ali,
yeah.
I'm so far behind.
I've got a song as well and everything.
Right, I'm so far behind. Hey, look, United Spurs of America. I forgot. I think it's Jacob, isn't it? This is Jacob. Big up, Mr. K. Yeah. Where is all the arguing? You want to come on and argue? I'll put the link out. Come over here and argue.
No more arguing.
We're always trying to chill out when we come onto this show. Over here, Paul Brown's asking, Mr. K, Conte potentially growing a beard in anticipation for joining you in the stream. You know that's going to be coming back. I think Barry will grow one quicker than Conte will. I think Conte's got like a young aspiration. That's why he's done his hair. Nice hair, Conte. Here, go on.
Sorry,
you saying?
Have you got to Jamie Gitt's question yet at 11:44 p.m. or in my head?
You're 11:40. I haven't got further down.
Okay,
cool. I think I'm way behind. So viewers out there, I'm going to quickly go through a few of the comments very, very quickly. Ishak is saying that Levy, Conte, poor attitude to the meeting yesterday. That means Levy's back in London then, right? Aaron Dubb is saying that United States of America, this is the baby oil show. It's lubed up. Yeah. So, let's see if I can quickly get down to that question. Who was asking the question? Stelios? Which
it was Jamie Gitt. He asked. I've got a funny answer for him. So where was it?
Okay.
Keep doing what you're doing. You'll get to it.
I will get to that. But before I get to that, I just want to thank Gaguma, who is such a fantastic person, right? Yeah. And she just does this. She's just sent us a super chat and saying Conte with love. And you know what? We all agree. Conte with love. I would like, you know what it is? A long time ago, I used to, you know, when we first started Three Wise Men, there was this one guy that was a Man United fan, but he was an incredibly knowledgeable person. And you know what? I'd like to bring him into the stream if possible. Tom, how are you? Tom?
Yeah, not bad, guys. How are you? It's been a while,
Tom. It's been a while. How are you? Indeed?
Yeah, been a while. Lots changed.
Nothing much. We haven't brought anyone. You know something?
You got a sporting director.
True. We got Conte as well. But
thanks, Tommy.
I like the way Tom called him a sporting director and not a footballing director. I like the way you did that.
That's better. Tom, there are similarities and parallels between Manchester United and Tottenham in the fact that you've got good forwards which are very quick and very good at what they do, but you've got no one to supply the ball to them.
Stelios, man. Well, two of them are over 35 anyway, or 34, so that kind of ruins the argument.
There are similarities, isn't it? That you need players to be able to pass the ball forward to your incredibly good forwards, and we've got amazing forwards, and we need someone that's going to be able to do that as well, like a creative player, or someone like, for example, we're looking at right now is Adama Traore, which is a person that can get the ball, break through the lines, and then pass the ball to someone, hopefully, before he gets to the byline. But Tom, you got your eyes on any creative players out there, that midfield players?
I mean, right now, to be honest, I'd take people who can pass the ball 5 yards at Man United. That's the way how I see it with my football club. At least your midfielders can pass the ball 5 yards. I see Fred and McTominay.
Can they?
No, Stelios, don't do this, man.
Spurs midfielders.
Don't do this, man. They can pass it 5 yards.
Tom, you've got a great player at Man United. You've got a great player. And you're completely ruining him, and I'd have him at Tottenham tomorrow.
Yeah, Donny van de Beek. Yeah, I know. Facts. Brilliant player. But we don't play him.
That's the type of player I'm talking about.
I'd love Donny van de Beek at Spurs.
So why the heck won't they play Donny van de Beek? Is he another Don Belly?
Replacement. He's a replacement.
Is he another Don Belly? Does he got the wrong attitude or something?
Well, I don't see it like that though. Really, when we had Mr. Pally, Mr. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, You know, Mr. Media, Mr. Smile. You know,
Drive that bus.
yeah, drive the bus. Yeah, clearly he was a dark horse because he had something against the kid. Literally, I mean, what? Because I don't know. He had better promise than when Ollie was playing at his age or something. I haven't got a clue what he had against the kid when we brought him in. Ajax semi-final, in that brilliant Ajax team with all the youthful players. You know, there was Frankie de Jong, there was Van der Beek, and there was loads of young players. De Ligt, all of them now at different clubs. And when you look at all three of them, none of them really done much since they've left Ajax, have they? Really? I mean, De Ligt with Juventus, not really doing much. De Jong, well, he's been okay for Barcelona, but not really won anything. And you look at how Barcelona are now. Van der Beek, I mean, look at us right now. Look at Man United.
Tom, can I ask you a question on this?
Yeah, go on.
Before you do, just stop you 1 second. Gaguma has put a second super sticker in, right? Gaguma, honestly, you much love. You don't need to do that. You're already an incredibly valued person that contributes towards the club, but I totally 100% appreciate it. And the second person I'd like to highlight is Will Stewart has decided to throw into my show a super chat, $4.99. Help support the channel by becoming a member. Link in the description, or click the join button. Super chats are welcome too. Thank you, Will. You say it so much better than me, Will. Anyway, sorry guys, I didn't want to interrupt you there. Sorry, Fellas, carry on.
Tommy's hit a nerve there with me when he said something.
What a shock!
In a good way.
Okay, go on.
You mentioned how a lot of Ajax players, since they've left, who did you mention? Van der Beek, De Ligt, and you mentioned another player.
Well, I was going to mention Jesse Lingard. I was going to ask Tom because obviously he knows.
He mentioned there's Tom said there's a few Ajax players since they've left, they haven't really done well. Right. I don't know if you've been watching any of the streams I've been on the past 2 days, Tom, but I've been having these argument, debate, rows, wars, where all the Spurs fans...
Tommy's saying, cheers, Aaron and Gaguma. Still needs a chill stream for sure after the last 2 nights, so people know about it.
Every Spurs fan wants Ndombele out now, whereas I'm defending him, saying I don't blame Ndombele, I blame the club and the lack of a style of football for 2 years, 4 different managers, 4 different systems, not playing him his correct position. I think, and I want to ask you, where's he gone?
Oh, he's probably just dropped out the stream there. He probably anticipated.
Well, if he's listening, if he's listening,
yep.
Does Tom think that because Ajax were playing such wonderful one-touch football under Ten Hag, they were such a wonderful football team that they've now gone. One's gone to Juventus, which is a shit show. One's gone to Man United, a shit show. And because there's a lack of a style, a lack of possession-based, high-press, quick football that suited these players, because that's the way they were scouted playing that football, and then you've taken them from that system and dumped them into an environment that isn't like that, and you're expecting them to adapt now. Is it not a case that when you scout a player, this is my train of thought. When you scout a player playing a certain way in a certain system, either you are replicating that, or you're risking them going to shit, and then suddenly training isn't as good. They're not getting picks. I think that's what's happened with Ndombele and Lo Celso and quite a lot of players at Spurs. So when Tom said, "Oh, Donny van der Beek, he's not quite doing it at Man U," well, you play nothing like Ajax under Ten Hag. Do you think that is the issue, not necessarily the player?
Well, when I look at Stelios, with the players that we've had over the last 3-4 years, we've never found the right manager or the right system, play style, tactics, nothing. We like I say, we've gone down every avenue and we've found no success at all, or prolonged success, shall we say, since Sir Alex Ferguson left. So, listen, we've gone for winners, proven track records with CVs like Mourinho. Didn't work. You did the same thing. Didn't deliver you that trophy. Say some of the things where we've gone down the road of China club legend, Man United through and through. Not happened again. Now we're going down the German model because we've seen it work at other big football clubs where 2 German coaches have come to the league and done big things at two Premier League rivals, i.e. Chelsea and Liverpool. I mean, the players aren't wanting to play. I don't really know. I know there's been similar situations at Spurs where since Pochettino's left, it's managerial's changed, the managerial change, and there's nothing really.
It doesn't help young players develop.
It doesn't. And Mr. K, this is the problem where I see, especially at Man United, is the way we're run. I'm not trying to compare it to Tottenham in any way. The way we're run, we don't even know who the manager is in 4 months because Ralph Rangnick's going to be this consultant upstairs, kind of a little bit what Paratici does at Tottenham, but he's not going to be a sporting director. He's just going to be a consultant in an office drinking coffee. And I don't really. Nobody knows who the manager is. It could be Poch. It could be Stelios for all I know. It could be absolutely anybody.
Tom, if Ten Hag was your manager, if Ten Hag or Nagelsmann or Graham Potter was your manager, let's say they can manage pressure and egos, and they brought in their football, do you think Donny van de Beek would show you what he was about, the player that you scouted?
Absolutely, it'd be the first name on the team sheet if Ten Hag were manager.
That's my argument with Ndombele. That is my argument, the same argument. And this is where literally 99.9% of people disagree with me.
Guys, I'd like to give a few people a quick shout out if possible that have come into the comment section right here. Isaac the Snats, I think I butchered your surname, sir. It goes, man runs a child's team and thinks he knows all. Okay, I'm going to quickly pop down to
I don't run a child's team, by the way, just for the record. I teach kids from 4.
Oh, is that talking about you?
Yeah, I teach kids. I'm happy. No, listen, that's what he thinks. So I'm happy to correct him. I teach from 4 years old to 21, and our primary aim is to get players signed up to pro clubs at the pro level. They're adults, just so you know, Isaac. But yeah. Thanks for commenting and thanks for watching the show, man.
Exactly. Fantastic. Listen, welcome to the stream, Isaac. It's an absolute pleasure to have you here. Mr. DP says hi as well. Absolutely fantastic. I'm just going to quickly give out a few people a shout if possible that are coming to the stream and really catch up on the comment section right here that are currently here. Luca 14. Oh, yeah, Luca 14. I think I have. Yep, Luca 14, welcome to the stream. He says, Daniel Levy, he's done it again, gone into hiding in the Bahamas every January. Trust me, it's always that way. And obviously saying hi to all of us. Over here, Jamie gets asked a question for the coach, right? I assume that's going to be you, Stelios.
This was the question I wanted you to bring up earlier.
Right, he says, how long is the average rebuild? I assume he's talking about a Premier League club that's in the top half of the table.
Yeah. Well, regarding Tottenham, we're 21 years into a 3-year project, and that's the best way I can answer your question. We're always in a project, we're always in a rebuild, and it's always going to take 3 years, and it's currently 21 years of it. So that's your answer, Jamie Git.
I like that response.
It's an absolutely amazing thing. Oh, Mr. Edwardson is in the house. Hi, Luca. Luca 14, he's in the house. Good to see you, Luca. Edwardson, absolute pleasure. He's quickly going to say hi to. Is there anyone else which I've currently missed out? Because I would like to ask Barry a quick little question. But Isaac saying, "Oh God, grant me patience. This show has gone down lately. I'm out." It was nice seeing you, Isaac. Absolute pleasure. I think that was probably the first time I saw you in the comments, but it'd be nice if you could join in.
Is that because I answered this question?
Maybe. But don't take it personally, still. It's because people don't always have the time. Sometimes they're just saying goodbye as they go along.
This is one of the best shows on YouTube. This is the most
Edwardson is saying, Special K, you're late with an impressive beard. The contest between the facial fuzz superstars, Will and Cody, was long ago. You know what? My beard was quite short back then. Now it's gone bigger. And theirs has gone shorter. Absolutely amazing. Right. I'm going to quickly just shoot down and quickly find out. Obviously, Ishak is saying that Conte wants Adama. I think that's a done deal. We're just waiting to sell somebody. I think as soon as we sell one player, Adama's in through the door. There'll be like a domino falling effect. They'll sell someone, buy someone, we'll sell someone, and so on.
Can I ask a question?
Just one domino.
Can I ask a question there, gentlemen? Is Doherty going the other way?
Barry, what do you think?
I don't. Well, I'd like to think so, but I don't think so. I mean maybe Levy's tried to negotiate Doherty with a pizza and a packet of crisps and something else to try and get rid of him, and then offer 2 million quid to Wolves and say, "Oh, well, we'll have Traore and you can have all of that." So knowing what
Barry,
Lee's like,
Barry, we'll even drive him up there as well.
I'd say I'd drive a few of them up there, and I'd drive them off the edge of a bloody cliff. I tell you, I wouldn't drive them anywhere up to another club.
Yeah, time for a clean up.
Again.
Another rebuild.
21 years. We're still going.
I love that, Stel. 23 years into a 21 years project.
3 years into a 21 years into a 3 year project. Okay.
Problem with that is it's fact.
Project.
Fact.
Do you know something? I was talking earlier. I had my microphone on mute. I do beg your pardon. Edwardson is basically saying, I hope we can see a cup win this season. Jose would have done it in the League Cup final in April. The Godfather certainly can. Any of you guys, do you feel, regardless of how this season's going, do you feel that Conte can pull something out of the bag in terms of a trophy this season? And anyone can go for it.
I think he'll give it a good try, but I don't think he's going to get far, to be honest.
Yeah, go on, Stel.
I think we're going to go out tomorrow night, and we're going to go out quite comfortably. But if anything can happen in football, we could get all the refereeing decisions. They get a player sent off, a lucky, whatever. If a miracle happens and we do go through, I reckon Conte will win the final, whoever he comes up against. But I just don't see us getting to the final. That's the problem. But if we get there, I reckon he'll do it.
Seriously?
Yep.
All right, brilliant. Barry, do you think we're going to get to a final?
Well, while we're still in the
No.
competition.
I said if we get there, we will. If we get
But you really think we're going to get into any competition finals?
We're not going to get to the final, no.
We're still, mathematically, we can still win the Premier League.
What did you have for breakfast?
We can still win the FA Cup and we can still win the League Cup. Will we win anything? I don't think so, sadly.
So we can do the treble. We can do the treble.
Why not? Yeah.
It's on.
I think if we get to any final, I think we've got more of a chance than we ever did before. Bryce, True Blue Spurs is in the house. Fantastic to see you. Ziyech has gone to Chelsea. He went a very long time ago. Champions League winner. Oh,
it's like 2 years too late. That message is 2 years old.
Well, it's a news update. Shamu's asking, has Phil Jones had more minutes?
My
Phil Jones has had more minutes than Donny.
He actually has as well. I'm not even going to deny.
Don't let him rid you.
Really?
It's Phil Jones and Donny. Jamie doesn't want Lingard in any way. He goes, Lingard, please, God, no. He's Dele Alli without the window twacky hairdo or hair don't. I think that's good. Listen, I was going to ask you this question before you went off earlier. It looks like the love affair between Jesse Lingard and Man United has truly finished, and he's truly going to leave. I don't think you guys ain't going to give him a new contract, are you?
No, probably not now.
Right. Do you feel? I mean, you watch the Premier League. You know the player much better than we do. Do you think he might be a good fit in a Conte system at Spurs?
I mean, it's hard. I think it's a hard one to go for. Really, obviously he knows the league and he's done good in the league. I'm not going to deny that. When that on loan with West Ham was probably some of the best football he's probably had in his whole career, even when he's been at Man United. That's what I would say, anyways. And he had a bit of a resurgence. I think he was relatively unlucky, maybe not to have snuck into the England squad for probably the Euros. I think he was a little bit unlucky in that part. But in terms of the players that you've got there already, I think he's miles better than Dele Alli. If you want to stick him in a team, he'll press. He's got the legs. He's got a brilliant knowledge of the game. Passing range, well, he's done it all before in other systems. And I mean, he was brilliant. To be fair to him, he was a brilliant player when we had Mourinho. To be fair, he was one of Mourinho's, I would say, better players in the team. Him and the other one, what is his name now? Herrera, when we had him at the time. Those two, when they played the midfield, when Herrera played the holding role and basically gave Lingard the free roll to go and express himself forwards, which he scored a couple of goals in FA Cup finals for us and stuff, which obviously beat certain teams like Palace and stuff. And he's had some memorable moments. Yeah, you know.
There's a couple...
Yeah, go on. Oh no, go on.
One thing I was going to say that basically the one thing I did enjoy about Jesse Lingard is his ability to finish off his chances. You know, I mean, regardless of what else we think about the player, when you give him the chance, he puts it away more times than not. But listen, coming back to the comment section, right? Yeah, Mr. DP and Mr. Edwardson, I seem to be having a heated debate about Harry Maguire. Guys, don't be upset with one another. We got a Manchester United fan right here. So you don't need to argue with each other. He's seen all the matches. Let him explain it to you. Harry Maguire, what's your... Can you just settle it for some of our viewers in regards to what you reckon he's good, crap, dog shit, or what?
Mr. K, I don't know if you've got a torch or something. Can you help me find the receipt in the dark? I mean, I need the barcodes to scan it back.
You want to refund?
I want a refund. I want reimbursing. I want compensation for what this man's put us through with some of the things.
Isak is so that from your point of view, you agree with one of them that says that he's crap and dog shit. But anyway, my point is, Isak is saying that there was a reason he went to Bahamas. Yes, the reason that Levy went to Bahamas was to talk about, I think, the naming rights. That seems like the word that's come out from that to Bahamas. He didn't go there to talk about money with Lewis in terms of players, because that's not Lewis's problem. What is Lewis's problem is getting that naming rights, getting that big money, right? Because Tavistock, straight into Tavistock's pocket, right? Definitely not coming
to get the money, Mr. K, and then not invest it in the squad, yeah? Again.
Well, we've seen that for so many years. We've seen that for so many years. I believe that's what happened. I may be completely wrong. Maybe you just went there for a suntan.
Do you think, Mr. K, that he didn't want to be there tomorrow night or on Sunday when things could go horribly wrong this week?
No, he's come back yesterday. He had a meeting. Maybe he had a video. Yeah, maybe it was a video meeting. I don't know.
It's one of them Zoom jobs, isn't it?
I do have a tracker for Levy somewhere.
Yeah,
right? I find out where he is. There's an isotope on his jacket. It keeps
don't give it to Daigle, because he'll be following him around all over the shop.
Right. So to quickly pop down, Dr. J. Cal, right, yeah, who has popped into our stream earlier. I didn't mention here though. He says, "Remember when they said, 'Watch us rise'?" I think someone opened the oven door to
Okay, that's good. That's class. That's class.
Proper class, that is. Right. And basically, obviously, everyone's hoping that Bob fully recovers. It's going to take a little while, Isaac, in case you missed it. He's on the road to recovery, but he will be soon. And Will Stewart's letting me know that Isaac is a troll. Well, now I know. He comes in, he insults Stelios, and then he leaves. Kind of makes sense. Yeah, but you know what it is? I tell you the truth. We were all trolls once upon a time. Until we got, until we became gentle. Yeah, there's a lot of trolls that we've become gentle in our streams. Trust me, I have no fear of trolls unless they don't. As long as they don't put obscenities, things like that. A bit of banter is always good. That's the reason why we got Manchester United fan right here, Tom. Absolutely brilliant. Look, we're an open community. We love football more than anything else. We love our Spurs more than any other club. But we do respect the opposition that we do play against, and we do respect other human beings and fans because they love football first. That's the most important thing. Is there anything else I need to pick up from the comment section? Will Stewart is saying, guys, I'm going to throw the show into subscribers only mode for the chat. You are welcome to subscribe and then unsubscribe, but I need to turn it on to keep out the trolls. Yeah, this is one of the reasons why Will Stewart puts on the subscribe only for chat in the mod, because we are, as we grow as a club and as we grow as a community, and as there's more streams out there, we're going to start to attract all these negative elements towards our streams, and I don't want our fan base that is watching to get contaminated by such things. It's our responsibility to keep people like that in bay. But anyway, so let's quickly pop down and see if there's anything interesting. Stelios, are you still there by any chance? Oh no, he's probably having lunch right now. Tom, some advice from Mr. DC saying get it returned. There you go. Will Spurs letting us know. Please hit that like button and help the algorithm. You know something? I've always keep hearing about this word called the algorithm. It's an AI. It's an AI. It's an AI. It's of course built out of an algorithm, but still, we have to call it. And Will Stewart saying Mr. K has name with I suck these these nuts, bro. Come on. Oh, his name was Oh my days. Is that Isaac? Or I'm
Yes.
gonna keep an eye. I'm gonna keep an eye on him because I don't like it when people use rude words, and they troll at the same time. I mean, we've got people out there that used to be called Winky, and we used to get people called Messi and Ronaldo, and those type of trolls were absolutely delight to have in your stream. But if people are going to be racist or going to be derogatory and they're going to be sexist or anything like that, I'm sorry, this stream you're going to get kicked out straight away. Watch. But anyway,
and then you don't call them trolls; you call them idiots.
That's right. Yeah, I use the word troll for good people who just need to become better.
That's it. Yeah.
Now, Barry, what do you think about tomorrow's match? Do you feel like Stelios is saying that we're already out, or do you have hope in your heart?
It's the hope that kills us always with Tottenham.
Yeah.
I think everything is set against us. No Dyer, no Sonny, and you know we saw how bad we were without Dyer last week. Anything can happen, right? It's 90 minutes. We need the fans to get behind the team. We get that early goal. Anything can happen. I don't see if Chelsea score one, like I think that Stelios was talking about earlier. If they score one, it's done because I can't see us scoring three. I think we need to get the first goal, get the crowd pumping, get the lane pumping like it should do. It's an evening game. It's always magic under the lights. And we have to get behind the team. The fans will get behind the team, but if we have a dodgy 15, 20 minutes, it could turn nasty very quickly. And then especially if Chelsea score, it could be, they won 3-0 against us in the league. And they made one change when Kante came on at half time and demolished us second half. They should, the game should probably be done. After last week, they could have had 6 or 7. It's not. We've still got a chance. It's still 90 minutes. But I just feel like Stel was talking earlier, that it could be done, and it could be done. It could be quite embarrassing tomorrow. But hey, we can hope and pray that it isn't.
Arthur, what do you feel? I mean, last time when we played, what do you feel that we did wrong, and what do you think we could have done right to win tomorrow? Because I don't like going into a match thinking I'm going to lose. I don't want to go into a match thinking I'm definitely going to lose. I don't want to do that.
What we did right is we stopped them from scoring. What we did wrong is we scored the goals for them. It's as simple as that. We made 2 mistakes, 2 goals, end the game. I can't see it being much different at Tottenham tomorrow night. I'm not holding my breath.
I think John Fitzpatrick is in the house, and I think he said it perfectly. He says, "Not hope; it's called delusion." Is that what we're under? Is that what we're under?
Yeah. Well, not all of us.
I'm deluded. I think we can win. I think we're going to win 4. I think we're going to win 4-1.
Look, it's.
You laugh now, but watch.
It's like saying, "Man, you were going to win the league."
Wait. Listen. We went down to the bridge once, right? Yeah. And we were, I think, down by 2 goals in the first leg, or 3 goals in the first leg, and we went there and we whacked them 5-1. Right? This is back in the day when I think Keane was there. Was it Keane? I'm not too sure.
It's when Wembley Stadium was rebuilt because we played the final at the Millennium Stadium. We lost to Blackburn 2-1. I remember.
Oh dear.
But you look at the squad we've got now. We don't stand a hope. We really don't.
Well, Mr. K's right. We can win 4-1 if there's a massive COVID outbreak at Chelsea tonight. And it just wipes out their entire first team squad. We've got a chance. But I reckon Chelsea's under 21s will beat us, to be fair, because they're pretty good as well.
Well, I think I've got a bit of a temperature coming on. I think I might pop down to the bridge and like hug as many Chelsea
I
players
was
as
going to
possible.
say, can King Arthur and Kim go down to Stamford Bridge and just go and hug and kiss them all?
We do not advocate people doing such things. Just for a viewing audience out there, we don't want anyone to do such things. But Ishak is saying that I said this on other streams, but for me, it's embarrassing how fans are having a meltdown when it's only been like a week in the transfer
Prove
window.
us
You
wrong.
know what? You're right.
Prove us wrong.
You're right. No, but let me explain his point, and then you can come back to me, Stel. Basically, his point is this, right? Yeah, is that the way Levy operates, he generally tends to do transfers lastminute.com. That's just the nature of the beast. Then on top of that, in the January transfer window, he never buys anyone. So if he does buy someone, then it's gonna be that from a club that needs to get another player. The other club needs to get another player. There's gonna be a domino effect. That's gonna take time. So that's gonna take like 2-3 weeks to get that done. So from that point of view, what do you say, Stelios? I know what you'd like.
The
What do you think
meltdown.
for?
The meltdown is because at the start of this month we've got massive games. Okay, we've already lost one, the first leg of the Carabao Cup. We've got the second leg tomorrow. Then we've got Arsenal, the biggest game of the season, on Sunday.
Yep.
Then followed by that 3 days later, Leicester away, tough game, and then we've got Chelsea away in the league. So the first 2 weeks of this month are massive. So if you don't have signings coming in to strengthen for those games, that's why you're getting a meltdown. Because we can avoid having such a worried feel about these games if we signed Kessie, Vlahovic, and I don't know, Adama, because that seems to be the one everyone's talking about. We'd go into these games thinking, do you know what? Bring it. Let's see what happens. Heung-min Son's injured. Tell me why we shouldn't be worried, man. He's our top scorer.
days.
Eric Dyer is out
you have
tomorrow
a
night.
point.
We've got
You know-
no Eric
you know
Dyer
there
and
was
no Son tomorrow night.
But listen, you remember there was
worrying,
times when Kane got injured, and the team stepped up and did well without him.
Son stepped up.
That's right. But
Yes.
right now, Sonny's not
He
there.
scored the goals. He's out.
So maybe Kane will step up, Moura will step up,
Maybe.
you know, and maybe one more person
Or,
like a
or,
Dombele.
or Mr. K, what it should be is you bring in your backup striker that we haven't had for 7 years.
Now,
That's
I'd
what-
like
that's-
to ask Mr.
that's
DP
what's supposed to happen.
If, Mr. DP has mentioned a particular player, right? Yeah, called Abbott Lejob. I don't know how to pronounce the name. Mr. DP, I am totally unfamiliar with this player. Unfortunately, I've tried to search for him, and I can't find him yet. So it's one
That's
of those
why we're
questions-
linked to him, Mr. K. That's why we're linked to him, because you can't find him.
No, he's one of the Google players that you still can't find.
That's why.
I can't find him anywhere.
That's why we're linked to him.
I've got Greg Abbott. You'll
heard of
recognize the Abbott, but not the job.
Never heard
Maybe
of
I've done the spelling incorrectly, but I'm going to move on, Mr. DP.
Sounds like a holiday destination.
That unfortunately, I don't think it's going to happen. Most people won't even know. But if it does happen, we'll find out who he is sooner or later. We'll have to watch a video of this on YouTube.
Yeah,
Showing all the benefits.
It'll be another one that Hitchens has been shoved together and gone, look at this guy. He's amazing. Okay, we'll sign him for 60 million.
Right, we've got
Mate,
hold
doesn't
on.
that sound like somewhere you take the kids where you go, where are you going away this summer? Oh, we're going to Abbott Lejob.
Winky's in the house. Winky's in the house. How are you doing, sir? He says I should be a mod. Can't be having this slander against me. Winky, who's giving slander against you? Well, why?
We like
Hey,
wings.
listen,
We like
we-
wings.
apparently we love wings right now.
I like
Absolutely
wings.
amazing. Pick it up. I mean, can you imagine all those years we spent cussing Winks, and now all of a sudden we love him.
Not me.
He's one of our own.
I never cussed him.
Show-
John Fitzpatrick is letting me know that particular match against Chelsea was in 2001. Okay, so
The first year
thank
of
you
the
very much.
rebuild.
And ever since then, we've been doing a rebuild. So
Yeah.
We're 21 years into
Yeah, 21
doing a
years
rebuild.
ago.
That
Was
is exactly
Levy
21 years ago.
in charge in 2001?
No, I think that was the time when he just came in.
That's the year
I
he
can't
came
remember
in, right?
exactly when, but that was
Yes.
that was either. Yeah.
So we started off with a Carabao Cup final loss. Listen, we're consistent. We're consistent.
Yeah, consistently useless.
See, Winky, look, Kim B saying, let's have another worldie, Winky. See, loads of love for you, mate. Loads of love for you. Jamie Git is saying, we're either on fire dismantling opposition or we're clueless, gutless, toothless. A tale of two Tottenhams. Which one shows up? I think Conte is trying to destroy that. because we played a game on Sunday that we could have very easily have lost.
Yeah.
We could have very easily lost. I think what happened is the opposition bottled it as soon as Kane Mora came on. I think they bottled it.
Mr. K,
I think they got scared.
at any point in that game, did you feel like, we're going to go out? Funnily, I never felt worried at all, even with 20 minutes to go. I don't know why, because in other games I have. But this one, I knew we'd win it somehow.
I wasn't so much worried that we were going to go out, but I was so angry at the way we conceded that goal.
Yeah, that was terrible.
I literally switched off the TV and walked out. I walked away from the match. And then I came back within about 3.5 minutes. It didn't last long. But what I'm saying to you is I normally don't. That's how it made me feel. But, I think which one shows up. I think once you take the pressure off the team and the expectation is not there, our team does all right. But if you tell them this is a really important match, you got to win it, guess what? We've F it up. So tomorrow, we've got a match that all intents purposes, even Conte is telling everybody, we're not going to win this. They asked him. They asked Conte straight up. And he turned around and said, look at their team, look at our team. They're the European champions. And they spent a bucket load of money. And then either he was throwing a hint at Levy saying, hey, you know what? Look, they won the damn thing and they spent more afterwards. You haven't won diddly. What are you doing? That's what I reckon anyway. But let's quickly find some more if anyone else has popped into the screen.
Sorry, Mr. K, just going back to Jamie Gitt's comment. Who have we dismantled this season?
Good question.
I think we dismantled Liverpool despite not winning the game. I thought we should have battered them, but they were depleted. They were depleted quite badly. That's about it.
Dr. J. Cal is saying we are like the crazy uncle at a party. Never know what to expect. Tom, I want to bring you into the conversation just for one team. Just on the point of view,
Quite
right?
a good
Yeah,
saying that.
that is quite a good thing.
That is, yeah. No, I'm thinking about it.
Wait, Tom, your club has been in a rebuild since Alex Ferguson left.
Yeah, it's not 21 years though. That's one thing I can take pride in.
It hasn't been 21 years, but you spent a crap load of money.
Yeah, $1 billion, yeah.
Yeah.
A billion pounds.
We've got a PPF. We can spend up to £400 million and stay within our financial fair play. So we're nowhere near the billion. Do you feel you've been let down by your scouting team, or do you feel that do you think that it's the management of your club, or do you think that it's been interfered with the number of managers you've had come in?
I mean, well, the way I've always looked at it is when we used to recruit players. I think in the last 2 years it's changed, but at the beginning of it all, we were a shambles. Like the likes of Falcao, Di Maria, these prima donna players from abroad, and none of them lived up to the hype, and we brought them to the Premier League. And then we've gone down this different direction of buying young players, trying to instill a bit of youth and development in it, where we've seen it happen at other football clubs. Even yours of the liking when Pochettino came in, bought young players, developed them over a couple of years and got a tune out of them. I think that's kind of the model or the role that we tried to go down. And it's still not got us nowhere. And you touched on the point about the managers and everything. Honest to God, I don't know where more we can go, to be honest, because, if Pochettino or Ten Hag, whoever it is that comes in and takes the permanent job in the summer, if neither of those two can do something, then my God, I just don't know where. I honestly don't know.
I don't know where to say.
Poch is the perfect.
I think Poch will be.
But
I was going to say,
so many ways.
The difference.
Amazing,
yeah,
scares me.
I think
scares me. That's the worst thing that can happen.
Team, I was going to say the difference I believe between your team, your club, and our club is that they have tried to back the manager whenever he's come in. And whereas our club, they've really been buying players on the side that have been giving it to the manager and saying, here you go. You asked for this, I'll give you this. You know?
But
That's
the similarity is that when a manager asks for a player, we don't get player A, we get player like D. That's the difference.
We get Z. We get Z.
How did you end up with
Get sense.
Pogba then? I mean, surely,
Gedson,
surely
Fernandes,
Pogba was like
Bergwijn, Doherty.
Pogba reminds me an awful lot of the way that Dombele has been performing in terms of
Oh,
there's
mate,
so much expectation.
Mr. K, don't talk about Pogba. I've had this for like 3 years now, where he's leaving in the summer, he's going, and he never does.
No, but
I don't know what we hold on for.
I'm looking at Pogba as an example and thinking, is that what's going to happen with Dombele at Spurs?
Well, Ndombele was just a bad buy, wasn't it? Really? I mean,
No, he wasn't.
no, but for the money, Stelios, for the money. So it's your record signing, and he's had three managers because he came in with Poch, didn't he?
Tom, let me ask
Three
you this.
managers.
Go
on.
As a neutral fan, right? Because you don't support Spurs. Pochettino was renowned for possession-based, aggressive high press, and very quick attacking football. Okay, the wheels began to come off for many reasons. Primarily, as most Spurs fans will say, he wasn't backed. We then signed Lo Celso, Sessegnon, and Ndombele. Maybe none of them were his first choice, but maybe Ndombele was. I don't know, but they've come to play Poch's football, and they were scouted playing in similar type of footballing teams, or the way they played kind of matched what we were looking for. We then sack Poch and we go to the complete 180 opposite. Low block, ultra defensive, get one goal in the 10th minute, sit back for 80 minutes, try and whack it long, bypass the midfield to score. Can you blame Ndombele? Because I think the answer is no, but many Spurs fans say it doesn't matter. He should be able to adapt. I mean, how do you see it as a neutral?
I don't necessarily blame the player because I don't think it's his fault. I mean, the situation that you've been thrown in, and I've said it many a time when I've spoke about other Premier League clubs, and I'm not the first to criticise my own when it happens at my own football club. But when you got rid of Pochettino, if you were going to go out there and get anybody, the hot prospects at that time, it wasn't anybody like a Guardiola or a Klopp. It wasn't Tuchel. It wasn't anybody like that. It was Julian Nagelsmann. If you wanted somebody to develop your team and go down that similar mould that Pochettino had done and just take on the job, continue the plan. He did it at Leipzig, did he not? When Ralf Rangnick was there in that role, and then he identified, right, Julian Nagelsmann, brilliant German coach, I'll bring him in the summer. Did it, got some success out of a Leipzig team who's been in existence, and he took it basically, him and Ralf Rangnick took an energy drink to a Champions League semi-final with Red Bull Leipzig. I mean, if the man doesn't have some credentials, then Jesus Christ, what's he doing at Bayern Munich then? If you were going to have some brains about you, or if you were going to at least go down a similar model and get somebody to take over the reins from what Pochettino had done and just further extend. I know Stella, I think you'll like me for saying this. Further extend the project, I guess. It would have been someone like a Julian Nagelsmann, because like you said, Mourinho, it's complete, like you put Poch's football and then you put Mourinho, they're on different scales, and the Mourinho that you got was double past his sell-by date. He was past his sell-by date at Man United.
Double.
But I think you were on the reduced style or something.
Yeah,
Mourinho when he went to Spurs.
I think he had lost that sort of X factor when he got to Man United. I think that there was a lot of bitter experiences that he acquired. But listen, I want to quickly go over John Fitzpatrick's comment here. He says, the break might do Son good, but without him, we are doomed. I honestly believe top four is out of reach with this team. Barry, if you consider that and then consider what Will Stewart is saying, which is Arsenal and Leicester in game week 22, and then Chelsea would be lucky to get 3 points out the next 9 without Son. Barry, now that Son's injured, and we got these games coming up, are we just going to miss out on that top four now? We're going to slide down because this is the time to do it, right? This is the time to do it now.
Yes and no, because look, at the end of the day, we need to go on a run, right? And okay, we know we're playing Arsenal, we know we're playing Chelsea. We know, it's going to be tough. So I get that point about if we get 3 points, I'd rather we got 3 points against the scum on Sunday than, and lose the other 2 games without a care in the world. But actually, come the end of the month, Son will be back. Romero will be back. I think that we then have a kind run of fixtures, and we could go on a 5, 6, 7, 8 game unbeaten run. Now look at what's happening. Right, the top two for me, the top two are decided. It's City and Liverpool. Below that, I don't think the other two positions are sorted because Chelsea aren't in any form in the league.
Really?
Honestly,
Barry, you think Liverpool's decided?
what is being second?
Yeah.
Yes, I honestly I think they're.
Have you seen the lead they've got? Man United have gone, bruv. Sorry, Man City are gone.
No,
They're
Liverpool.
gone, bruv. They're
Liverpool's
gone.
second place.
Man City is done. They've
They've won it. They've won it.
There's no discussion about it. Liverpool. They've lost Salah, they've lost Mane, they've lost whoever else.
Keita.
Keita. That's it.
Doesn't play anyway, so
Yeah, exactly. So they've lost them, but actually, that when they come back, whatever's going to happen. But they're not going to be in the run. That we caught them on a bad day, like you said, Stel, and we should have probably won that game. But
Yeah, we should.
I think I think we get through we get through the next few games as long as we beat Arsenal. I don't care. And I think that we will go on a run, and I don't think it's decided. The other two positions are not decided because look, I mean, I'm sorry to say this, but West Ham are going to blow up. I'm not sorry to say it, but they are going to blow up because they always do. United aren't playing well, and let's be honest. There was a United fan that I work with, and he said the other day when he was watching us, he goes, "You're nearly as bad as watching United play." And for a United fan to say that we're not playing as bad as them, and we're playing pretty bad, and with your squad, I don't understand how you're anywhere near where you are in the league. You should be.
Too many egos, Barry. Too many egos.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Ronaldo. Ronaldo was a signing that you probably didn't want, and it's
commercial signing.
Absolutely,
and for us.
And it's put Fernandes his nose out of joint because he's not been the player that he was since Ronaldo came along. The other teams, Leicester, no. Arsenal. Well, yeah, that trust the process. Well, the process worked the other night for them when they decided, and who, by the way, decided that they should. And I get what they did with what they were trying to make with the point they were going to make about the shirt, but someone surely in their club is sitting there going, let's play in white. Who plays in white? And nobody sat there and gone, I don't actually think we should play in white because Spurs play in white. They've just gone, let's just do it. It's fine, So,
oh, there you go.
Yeah,
Barry, in the league,
get our luck as well. Then.
Yes.
in the league, Arsenal are good though.
They're ahead of us.
For now.
Will Spirit over here, right? Yeah. The question which we got to ask ourselves, right? Yeah, is when Kane wasn't around in the team, Son stepped up. All right.
I just want to say, guys,
go on, Arthur.
sorry to butt in. I'm going to have to go. So
That's fine. Don't worry. You need to go. It's been an absolute pleasure
night,
having you
everybody.
here. Go ahead.
Oh, he's just gone, just like that. You need to go.
No. This is
King
round
Arthur.
thing is basically when he's got an internet issue. But Arthur, if you are listening to us and you can't speak in the video, please type it into the chat itself, and then I'll read it out for you. But while he's going round and round, the question which I wanted to ask the panel, and it's open to everybody, including you, Tom, when Kane was out of our squad, and we were thinking, oh, dark thoughts, Sonny stepped up. Do you think right now that Kane is in a position to step up while Sonny's out? Do you think it makes it easier for the squad to rally around him as the talisman rather than having a split?
He shouldn't need to step up though. This is the thing though. He shouldn't need to step up. He should already just play at the same level week in, week out. Regardless of if a player's out or you play with a player the next week, it doesn't matter. You're your own individual.
Who's going to pass the ball to Kane?
Well, your man and Dembele. What do you mean?
Kane's going to go. Kane's going to go back.
Bergwijn's getting sold, so they're not going to risk him playing to get injured. So who's going to feed the ball to him? Højbjerg
Mora
do it. Mora plays alongside him.
What's that name? Brian Hill, is it? What's his name? That's
Brian Hill. He's a wide player. We've got no one in the middle now.
Yeah, you've got no middle player now.
Nothing. Lo Celso, is he going to start? Probably not.
Dele Alli.
Skip, he plays too far deep. Winks can do
Dele
it,
Alli.
but we never start Winks and Skip. Dele Alli.
You know what? I think. Look, I saw I saw in one game.
Where's the what do you call it?
Let
The
me explain. There was
assists?
one.
Where are they coming from?
Stell, there was one game, right? Yeah, when Moura played on the left wing in Sonny's position, and Sonny played in the centre. Okay,
Yeah.
and that was probably one of the best matches in terms of overall play that I saw Moura play. Where he not only ran with the ball, but he also passed it around as well a lot of one touches here and there and everywhere. And I was
Moura's
actually quite impressed with.
Moura's a good player.
Yeah, I think on the left-hand side he could quite easily switch over to there. If not, then we could play Sonny up front and Dele Alli on the left, or maybe give Stevie B a swan song before he goes.
Didn't Dele Alli start against Chelsea the other night?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Rubbish.
Okay.
Did nothing. You know.
Enough
You
said
need
about
to,
that.
but you need to buy a player for that position.
He came off against Division 1 Morecambe. That's how good he's at. That's the level. You know, Dele
He
Alli's
used to
at
play
now.
that level still. He used to play that level.
Yeah, but again, we changed the way we play. Dele Alli was good because he played behind him, and Kane had the best partnership in Europe at one point, and we just stopped. We just stopped it. We just stopped that Kane and Ali kind of system that was working for us. Ever since then, Dele's gone to shit. Ericsson as well. Ericsson,
yeah, you had
fed
Ericsson
Dele
in that as well. Yeah.
Losing Ericsson was the biggest. That was the final nail.
Well, he wanted to leave, didn't he? Though, still, when a player's got it in the mind that they want to go,
Strangely enough,
you're
he's kind of available.
Right. Yeah.
He is strange enough. He's kind of available and training all by himself. But I just want to quickly have a little quick joke and a banter with Jamie Git over here, but also let viewers out there know that we do have terrible afflictions amongst people where they have obesity and they have addictions to junk food and fast food, and can blame Macdam Ballet for his burger addiction. I think that might trigger some people. But Boston. Chris is in the house.
Boris?
Where did that come
Guys, you can go out, but don't go out.
Is that Boris talking about the Carabao Cup?
Yeah.
Boston Chris, I do beg your pardon, Boston. It's a pleasure. Welcome to the stream. Basically, he's saying, you're right. Son out is devastating. Spurs in fourth right now on PPG, but Son out, also Dyer, really dropped the odds for finish at fourth. This is what I'm worried about, that this is the wrong time to lose Sonny. But having said that, we have got Sonny or Kane at any time throughout a season might get injured or will get injured. So we're always going to face this.
Mr. K, if a player's injured, what is the best way to remedy the problem?
Have a backup. That's good quality.
Right. So if you haven't got backup, what do you need to do?
Have people that you can either, you have to change the system then. You have to change your tactical system for the players you've got to get, or
if you need another striker, what's the best way, the easiest way to fix it?
Scarlett?
To buy another striker, right?
Oh, but that's what I said at the beginning.
But in order to do that, what do you need?
Money?
A transfer window.
Money and someone willing to spend.
A transfer window. you can't buy someone unless the window's open. And what have we got?
You can't indeed.
What have we got right now? There's the answer.
I mean, just still, to be fair though, when you make a valid point though, where you don't do any, where you see a lot of clubs, and I can put Man United in the same bracket as you guys. We don't buy players early in the window. We're lastminute.com, deadline day or whatever. We love a prima donna at the end of the window. Like Ronaldo wasn't in our plans and came last minute. It was the last signing that we made. And a lot of Man United fans bragged over the summer, we need a midfielder. And I think if we wouldn't have bought Ronaldo, I think there would have been the slightest chance we're going to get someone like a Ruben Neves or just a midfielder out there to make that role. But we didn't. We went for the commercial decision. And this is the thing, though. Months in advance to a January transfer window, you should line your targets up. Even if they're not realistic, or the players who you think, January might not be the window.
Have a plan.
Yeah, have a plan. Yeah. And when you look at it, you don't seem to have a plan, because like one thing that you can say with obviously your rivals such as Arsenal, they've got a plan of it that they want to sign a striker. That's their main priority.
If they get
they know what
it's game over.
Yeah,
One of
like
the defenders, when he bought Ben White.
Vlahovic. Yeah, but Ben White, that was a plan for it though as well.
I was going to say Martin Sheridan's in the house. Thank you very much for coming and viewing. He's left a comment saying, with no signings before Sunday, we might get 7th or 8th. I believe, and I'm optimistic.
I agree with that.
That I believe that Kane will step up. That's what I believe. And
Mr. K,
Colin, if don't worry about feeling how you're feeling. Stay with us. And just type in comments and so on. So I'm going to quickly go over here. Guguma has put in a super chat. She's saying, big up panel, enjoyed the chat. And regarding other teams too, fun. Brilliant.
Mr. K,
listen, go on.
Mr. K, you got spyware, you need to block it. 12:39.
12:39, 12:39. It's all the way further down, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nope, no.
Mm.
How is this spyware?
He's doing it on all the shows lately. It's a Russian. I don't know what they're doing. They're planting seeds in our systems. Just block it. That's
I don't know. Can I do that for StreamYard, or do I have to do that in YouTube? I've done it from here. It says
You could do it in YouTube.
That's fine. You've done it. You've done it.
Okay,
You've done it. You've done it.
Okay, I've done it. Thank you very much. People out there in the viewer chat, I do sometimes miss the comments, so I do beg your pardon if I get there a little bit slowly. Danny, I'm going to quickly give a few shout out to some people that have popped into our chat, because I've been so far behind. The first one, as I was saying over here, was Martin Sheridan. And the second person I'd like to big up, if possible, is the one and only Danny Kiriakou. And also a very, very special person over here, Tony Coe. It's an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for tuning into the show. Honestly, that makes me feel so great to have you here as well. I don't get to have everyone as often as I'd like, but thank you very much for coming. And also there's another person as well called Jean Han. Thank you very much for coming to the show. Kane's not the player that will grab the game by the scruff of the neck. He needs service. I think Lucas is the one that will need to step up and fill the void left by Son. I think Mora's already going to do that. I think Kane's fantastic when the chips are down. He'll go to the goal line, clear the ball off his head, run forward, grab the ball, pass it through the midfield, pass it back to himself in the front and score a goal. That's Kane special. If anyone, Colin, don't worry, just stay in there. It's just great to have you as part of the viewing audience and in part of the chat as well. And really, Aaron Dubb is saying it's not a person, it's a program. Talk to you after regarding that.
Someone else said that earlier. It's a
I think it's a bot. Yeah, you're right. I think it's a bot as well. But this type of stuff, right? Yeah. Luca 14 saying the Russian bot Joe Biden. Could be Boris. I don't think Joe Biden knows how to even operate a computer.
Could be Boris. You never know.
It might be indeed. But so we're getting towards that time. Yes, we are. We're getting towards that time of the show where I need to soon start wrapping things up, because we're getting to quarter 2 right now. I'd like to start with Tom first. Go the opposite direction to how people came in. Tom, you're incredibly knowledgeable on not just all things Man United, but also football in general when it comes to the Premier League. Do you have a stream or a show or somewhere on YouTube that you pop on regularly? Or if not, do you have like a Twitter thing that where people can find you, maybe see what more you can say? Is there something you can promote for yourself?
Yeah, I can put it in the chat if you want to.
Yeah, I mean, what do you normally do, Tom, when you're not here, when you're not amongst the Spurs fans? I mean, where are you normally?
Well, I'm normally on a couple of Man United fans and a couple of I do a European podcast with a couple of buddies over on the Blue Studio podcast. They are a couple of Chelsea fans on there, but it's pretty mixed and everything.
Listen, you should check out Tommy from Tommy Talk Ball. He's very
I've heard
good
of him. Yeah, I've heard of
knowledgeable.
him. Yeah.
He's very knowledgeable on like different types of players everywhere across Europe. Very, very knowledgeable. And he's very good at being able to watch how the teams play, their tactics and so on, the coaching stuff and everything else. Obviously, Coach Stell over here is a lot more knowledgeable on that last aspect. But if you can, hook up with Tommy Talk Ball. Apparently. He is very, very good at that if you possibly can. Tommy, if you're watching right now, don't forget Tom over here. You should definitely link up with him in that way. And where can people find you, like, say, for example, on Twitter or something like that, if they want to see what you're tweeting and stuff? What's your handle?
Yeah, you can find me.
That'd be absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. I can do, yeah.
Listen, we might hang around after the stream, if you want to pop back in afterwards, when we close down, you're more than welcome to. I'm going to put you in the back studio and then take people off as one at a time, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, that's fine, man. No problems.
Brilliant. Okay,
Yeah,
then.
take care anyway.
Viewers out there, big up, Tom. Absolutely fantastic Man United fan. But you know what it is? He's a football first and he's knowledgeable. And you know what? At this time of night, let's not have any adversarial things. Let's all come down together
Mr.
and
K.
enjoy about football. Go on, Stelius.
I wanted to ask Tom one question before he went.
Go ahead.
It's got nothing to do with Tottenham. It's just a curiosity question because I'm a fan of young players that come through academies in England. What's happened to Marcus Rashford, Tom?
Been burnt out. That's what's happened still.
Not given a break.
No. Well, wait. Well, the way I see it, Ollie was one of the main contradictors of it. He had injuries. You know, he was supposed to be out for 4 weeks. He brought him back after a week. You know, overplayed, overtrained. You know, and with it all, and then we've gone down this exactly the same road again. I mean, medical staff, we get told players are out for 2 to 3 weeks. They end up being out for 2 to 3 months. I mean, I don't know what our medical department is. I don't have a medical background, but I've got more medical knowledge probably than some of the people. I can tell if a player needs a break. It's common sense and it's easy to see if a player is just frustrated mentally or dumb psychologically or mentally. And that's what I see with players like Rashford. He went to the Euros when he needed an operation. He did surgery on his shoulder because he came out with the interview saying about he's done his shoulder in for the past 3 months and he's been playing with a niggle. And the exact same thing when he had an ACL injury and he did his knee in and he ended up having an operation on that. And he said he's never recovered since from it. These are the sort of things. And then the lad plays when, you know, over the Christmas period, 3 games in every week. It's shocking. It's absolutely shocking.
Because I think he's such a quick player and his finishing is very good. I think
he's lost the yard of pace though still since all these problems. I'm sorry to see it.
His finishing won't have gone though. I would have loved it Spurs as our second striker, but just watching him recently, he looks like crap. Just gone to pieces, man. It's just I didn't know why.
Do you know one thing? One thing before I go over, I'll say one player that I think if Tottenham fans wanted to get at least this backup striker or whatever that you're on about getting, I wouldn't sleep on Anthony Martial, and I'll give you reasons why. The link-up play and creative play that he'll bring to your team. That is one thing that I will say. He's not a poacher. He's not this goal scorer. But the one thing he'll do, I'll tell you now, he'll link up very good with players like Son, players who like the ball direct, who makes really behind.
You not feel as a similar player to Stevie B?
I would. But Martial. The thing that we've done with Martial though is we've converted him from a winger to play the centre forward role. He's not a striker; he's a centre forward. Okay. He likes the ball to kind of what Kane does, where he played that role under Mourinho, didn't he? Where he dropped deep into the midfield and bring other players into play. But obviously with Conte, it's different now and everything. But listen, I wouldn't have slept on Martial. Pick him up on the cheap. He wants to leave. You know, if you're that desperate for players, where Daniel Levy, you know Daniel Levy, he loves a bargain. You know, do a deal. I mean, anything. Cut. Knock down price, you know, reduce sales or whatever. He's the first person in the queue. But listen, if you're going to go and get players from Man United, listen, if you want to you know, I don't know, fire sale or whatever, I've said it before. I don't think Lingard would be a bad player for you. No. You know, £20 million cheap. He's not everybody's cup of tea. I can see Stell's reaction.
I think there's more chance of him going to either a Newcastle or a West Ham than there is of him coming to
I wouldn't rule out abroad either. To be fair,
yeah.
A lot. To be fair, one thing that I've seen though with a lot of English players, they've gone abroad and they've actually thrived. When you look at it,
the young ones,
young ones. Yeah, you look at the likes of Tammy Abraham. You look at the likes of Sancho when he went abroad. You know, there's Bellingham, yeah. There's Mike Maitland-Niles that's gone out there.
Do you know why, Tom? Do you know why? Because clubs abroad do not take young players unless they're going to play them. They get game time. And this is my biggest criticism with Tottenham, with all our young players. they do not get the game time required. So if you're not going to give them game time, like Tanganga, like Hill, like Malachi Walcott, send them on loan. Just put them into teams where they're going to get minutes so they can develop. Because to bring on Tanganga out of the blue into a back three against Chelsea away, where we haven't won in 47 years, whatever, you're asking for trouble, man. That's not how you develop a kid, you know? I just send them on loan.
You know,
and if they go abroad on loan, let them go abroad. Good. It's an experience.
Listen, guys, I feel that maybe I answered this question a little bit too quickly, and maybe I dismissed it too quickly, and I think maybe Gene Han has actually got maybe a little bit of a point. Kane has sometimes grabbed the game by the scruff of the neck, but the impact that Son has had when Kane has not been around has been very good, right? And right now we're waiting for Kane to come up towards what we expect him to be able to do, but he's not there yet. So maybe Gene Han has actually got a point. But anyway, I digress. I've got to start bringing this stream towards a close before I start. Oh my days, there's even more comments going to start coming through. Tom, it's been an absolute pleasure. I put your Twitter handle inside the stream in the chat so people can see it, and if they need to, they can go over there. I'll go into Twitter myself and actually follow you as well when I get a chance. Do you have some sort of outro? Do you like say, "Come on, you Spurs"? I mean, someone, "Come on, you Man United" or something? Come on, you do you have an outro?
What's Tom's Twitter? What's your Twitter, Tom?
It's in the chat.
It's in the private chat. It's in the private chat.
Tom Journalist
Okay,
One.
cool.
It's in the private chat.
Yeah. At some journalist
Tom,
one.
it's been an absolute pleasure. Love having you. You're welcome here anytime, my brother. Anytime.
Yeah. Cheers.
And
Thanks,
you
guys.
heard
Anyway.
you heard of somebody called Amondi?
Monday. Yeah, I have actually. Yeah, the Man United agenda.
The agenda.
Yeah.
I pop onto their streams regularly because we're supported by the backend network of FTB. But I will get in touch with you regarding that. Okay. It's been an absolute pleasure, Tom. Thank you very much for coming to the show.
Peace out, guys. Peace out.
Stelios,
Yo,
thank you very much for coming onto the show.
pleasure.
I understand that some partners in America of yours hosted a show today. What was the name of that show?
The United Spurs of America.
United Spurs of America. I do believe one of them came into it was Jacob that came into the stream earlier, and I've just missed where he's I can't find him. But I will put Gaguma's super chat up for the time being. Big up panel. Enjoy the chat and other teams and so forth. Stelios, where are you next? And where can people not find you? I mean, find you. And and is it on a football pitch training kids that are up to 21?
You can not find me anywhere near Daniel Levy, Enoch, Joe Lewis, anything corporate or marketing or sponsorship with Spurs. And any of the other big pods and YouTubes, because I really cannot stand how they sit on the fence and it's just agenda driven. That's why the small channels are the best. They're honest, they're genuine, they're real fans, real talk, no agendas. And the only big one that I think is legit is We Are Tottenham TV, which is why I do some shows for them as well now, because I think the guys they're real, and that's it.
Yeah, no, I've been totally converted back into goodness and pure heartness for those boys. And you know what I did the other day?
Yeah.
No Word Live, and the viewing audience know what I think. I went on to Chris Cowlin show. And I decided that I was no longer going to keep any animosity in my heart for anyone who says that they're a fan. If they love the club, then as far as I'm concerned, they're my brother. So I went into Chris Cowlin's stream the other day, and I was happy that I had changed like that. I didn't want to carry these bad thoughts anymore regarding collusion with Levy and so forth. Look, at the end of the day, these are conspiracies. I must be a nutcase and so forth. I'm not going to do that to other fans' bases anymore. Okay, so yeah, I think We Are Tottenham TV, absolutely big them up. Stelios, when is your next show?
We might do one on Saturday to talk about the North London derby. If not, it'll be next Monday. Our Monday night podcast. Yesterday was a brilliant one. I'm not just saying it was cracking. So if anyone wants to jump on and look at that, go for it. Tottenham away. The two Americans, Michael and Jacob, United Spurs America, did one this evening. Jump and watch that. And I think I'm doing the watch along for We Are Tottenham TV, Spurs v Leicester, and the fan show afterwards next Wednesday. That's it, man. Tottenham away. Like, subscribe, follow. I don't know where Barry's at, but follow his show and his channel, or at least his Twitter. Do something, man. Give him some kind of love.
Unfortunately, I was with Rez. I'm with Rez on Shelfside Spurs.
Oh, big up Shelfside. Love them.
It's an absolute pleasure. If you want to hang around the back, or if you want to come back a few minutes or something, it's totally up to you. I know you're tired and exhausted because you've been on a lot of streams. You've been running around an awful lot. Thank you very much, Stelios. Last word to you before you go.
Leave you out.
Love you out. You know something? Barry, you're going to have to finish the show with me because King Arthur has left. There's always two. We're like the Sith. We come in a pair.
Okay.
So, there's always two. There's one comment which came up earlier, and I want to highlight it because whenever this pops up, this has to be done.
I got broads in Atlanta, just to me in the family, credit cards and the scammers, getting no list in the bank, legacy.
Brilliant.
I'm sorry, viewers out there, if I've overdone it. But just one of those things that got hold of me. Barry, you don't have a stream of your own, but I'm
on Shelfside Spurs with Rez,
right? Okay.
And LJ and Jens. So
right.
on Thursdays at 7:00.
7 o'clock Thursdays.
Yep.
Shelfside Spurs.
Yep.
And that's Johnny Selfside, isn't it?
That's Johnny. Johnny Einstein.
And you have Jens as well, right?
Jens as well. Yeah, we have.
He's an incredibly knowledgeable guy. We are you part of that quiz crew?
No, I just keep tally of the scores. I don't get involved.
You guys are not some sort of little group that you might do like some sort of university challenge with other channels.
No. Only Jens. I think Jens hasn't lost. He went up against Daigle about 4 weeks ago, and we thought it was going to be close, but no, Jens still won. So
right, I'm just going to quickly give a couple of shouts out. One is to Eunice. Absolutely, listen. Thank you very much for turning up to the show, and you're never late. You're never late. There's always something interesting going on, even if it's lastminute.com. But thank you very much for coming to the show. Fez is in the house. Big up, guys. This month's matches and the transfer window will go a long way to determine Conte's future with us. I hope it will all be positive. I'm that type of guy. I'd like to be a little bit positive if possible.
Yeah, just being positive, Mr. K. I know we're late into the show, but I just want to, just as a kind of thank you for having me on.
Pleasure.
I have a ticket. I have my ticket for tomorrow night, and if anyone would like it, I will gift it to them if they want to go tomorrow night. So I know it's late in the show, but I'm sure that you or someone else on here may know someone that wants to go to tomorrow's game, and if they do, then obviously you need to have the CRN number. But just let me know, or we'll sort it out somehow. But I'm willing, just to say as a thank you and to kind of want people to go. I can't go because my partner's in hospital. I've got the kids.
I'm sorry to hear that.
No, it's fine. But she's going on. She's going to be fine. But unfortunately, or fortunately, I've got to look after the kids tomorrow night. So my ticket is up for grabs for anyone that is in the UK that does have a CRN number and wants to go tomorrow night. So
viewers out there, if you have a CN number and you'd like to be considered for this free giveaway, please put your name and put ticket me at Barry in the comments, right? And I will go through the comments later on and I'll filter them through to Barry. If there's some way to get in touch with you, maybe in Twitter, if you could leave your Twitter handle in the chat, if you have a CRN number, then I'll pass that on to Barry. Barry, also that we've got some WhatsApp groups out there that we could chuck it into maybe as well. And we may put them, you could put the names in a hat and just pick one random if you wish. Or maybe pick a person you like. It's totally up to you. But viewing audience out there, I think this is a fantastic offer. We might, if I knew about this in advance, I might have made it into a little bit of a quiz maybe. But it doesn't matter. It's goodness from your heart. Who knows? It's whoever's going to go to, it's meant to go to them. Fantastic. Thank you very much, Barry. I was going to see if there's any more lastminute.com. Luca14, fantastic, has done a super chat. He says 3 squids for the 3 goals we'll score versus Chelsea. I want us to score 4 goals on next to Greedy because I know that our defense might leak one in. That's why, Luca, absolutely thank you very much. Honestly, much appreciated on that. And with that as it is, right? Yeah, Barry, I've got to start cutting it down. We're literally in the last few seconds. I just want to quickly just check to make sure that there's there. You know what? Since she's the first person to respond,
Yeah,
I'm going to pass. Aglia, I'm going to pass your details on to Barry, and then boom, we'll make it happen. If you want to, here is the. If you want to pop in the back studio, Aglia, you can do that right now. If not, then I will pass your details on in the WhatsApp group. If there are viewers out there who kind of like thought, oh no, I really wanted to. This is the Queen of Spurs. Is this the Queen of the Lane? It's a privilege to have her here. But you know, this will happen again. You know what? This is a fantastic thing. I want to find more people that may be in a situation like this and invite them onto my show, and then we could do something like this again maybe one day. But definitely, listen, Barry, is absolutely. Thank you very, very much. Stellis is saying, Mr. K, take the ticket. You've never been to a home game, man. Take it. It's true. I've not been to a home game. I've never been to a home game.
Have you never been to a home game?
Nope. And I even missed the last. You don't believe the last game of the Lane. I so much wanted to go, but it just never happened in my life. It was just one of those things. You have no idea. But I don't have a CRN number, and it's a bit too late for me to get that. And trying to get there for tomorrow when I have so many other things to do. But they're insisting, take the ticket. You've never been to a game, dude. You deserve the ticket, man. Listen, thank you very much for thinking of me, Stelios. I do really, really believe it. This is called Faith. The lucky person with Barry's ticket will see Spurs reaching the final. Come on, you Spurs. I love that, Fez. Thank you very much. You know what it is? I'm one of those type of fellas that doesn't think of me that often. I love everyone else. I love everyone else. I think there's so many special things you can get from other people. It's amazing. Barry, so when's the next Self-Side shirt Spurs?
Self-Side Spurs will be Thursday, 7:00. So hopefully we'll be talking about a 4-1 win for Spurs. And in honor of Bob Spur. So the only thing that I've got left to say before you close out is come on, you Spurs, and leave you out.
Fantastic. You know what we're going to do? We're going to quickly get that out. We're going to come back to here. And last but not least, so is there a quiz that you guys are doing soon? Because I remember you guys are doing quiz. When's that?
We do a quiz every Thursday.
Every Thursday there's a quiz.
Every Thursday there's a Jens's quiz. So we do a day in history at the start, and we'll talk about the games. We'll review everything, and then Jens will have his quiz just before we close. Brilliant.
I'm going to tune us out, and viewers out there, have a look at this. Lovely viewers out there. This is our patrons that have supported our channel. The reason why I tell people to support the channel through Patreon or through the YouTube members is because it helps the whole channel, not just this show. And if you look at the way Will Stewart operates his shows, he lets so many people on and gives everyone an opportunity to have their say. So it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for everyone for turning up. I'm going to do your outro. Good night, all. Come on, you Spurs.
I got broads in Atlanta. Visit the lean in the family. Credit cards and the scammers. Getting no list in the bank.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Let's go now.